The NFL never waits, and neither should your judgments. The 2025 rookie class arrived with massive hype, sky-high expectations, and dreams of instant stardom. But for many, the transition to pro football has been brutally honest. Who's thriving, who's struggling, and who might already be on the verge of bust status? Let's break down the rookies making headlines for all the wrong reasons. We're still in the early stages of the 2025 NFL regular season, which makes it the perfect time for hot takes and overreactions. Here, we're specifically focusing on highly hyped rookies who have performed far below expectations so far. Some may already look like busts. Remember, it's not too late to hit the panic button. Past can't-miss prospects like Ryan Leaf, Jamarcus Russell, and Tony Mandarich started terribly and never recovered. The thing about rookies is that the hype is often massive and the expectations can be unrealistic. Teams invest first-round picks, fans invest hope, and media outlets fuel the narrative that these players are going to change the fortunes of their franchises overnight. But the reality is brutal. The NFL is unforgiving, and even the most decorated college players can struggle to adjust to the speed, complexity, and pressure of the professional game. Some rookies stumble simply because the transition is tougher than anyone anticipated. Cam Ward wasn't necessarily hyped like Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, or Caleb Williams, but the Tennessee Titans still rolled the dice on the Miami product with the top overall pick. Expectations were high, as the Titans hoped Ward could be the franchise quarterback to turn around a struggling team. Unfortunately, Ward's first 3 NFL starts have been nothing short of rough. He completed barely over half his passes for only 56 yards, threw 2 touchdowns against 1 interception, and was sacked an alarming 15 times. While it's true that Tennessee's offensive line has struggled with pass protection and the coaching staff has made questionable play-calling decisions, the burden ultimately falls on Ward to make plays at the next level. Missing easy throws, holding on to the ball too long, and consistently struggling to read defenses has made the situation worse. The Jacksonville Jaguars made a bold move in the 2025 draft, giving up multiple selections, including a future first-rounder, to move up and select Travis Hunter with the number 2 overall pick. Hunter was billed as a generational talent, expected to make an immediate impact as a two-way player, lining up both at wide receiver and cornerback. The plan was ambitious. Hunter and Brian Thomas Jr. were supposed to form a dynamic, game-changing passing tandem, creating matchup nightmares for defenses across the league. Unfortunately, so far, Hunter has struggled to make his presence felt in either role. Offensively, he has been largely invisible, failing to generate separation, make contested catches, or consistently influence the game. On defense, Hunter's struggles have been equally noticeable, with mental errors and lapses in coverage already resulting in costly penalties that have directly impacted Jacksonville's game outcomes. For example, his critical pass interference penalty in Week 2 against the Bengals nullified a game-sealing stop, contributing to a last-minute loss. With the Jaguars still harboring playoff aspirations in 2025, the clock is ticking for Hunter. To justify the massive draft capital invested in him, he must quickly transition from a frustrating rookie start to a dominant, impact-level performer on both sides of the ball, a leap that will determine whether he becomes a cornerstone or a cautionary tale. Saturi, Chicago Bears surprised many when they selected Colin Loveland with the number 10 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. On paper, it was a curious choice. The Bears already had a fairly deep group of pass catchers, including DJ Moore, Roma Dooney, and were about to spend a second-round pick on Luther Burton. Additionally, the team had pressing needs on defense that arguably deserved first-round attention. Despite these circumstances, the Bears gambled on Loveland, hoping he could provide a new dimension to their offense as a versatile tight end capable of stretching the field and making plays in crucial situations. So far, however, Loveland has struggled to make an impact. Through the first few games of the season, he has been overshadowed by Caleb Williams, Burden KT, and even running back DeAndre Swift, all of whom have seen far more targets and opportunities in the passing game. His most glaring struggle came in Week 2, a blowout loss to the Detroit Lions, when Loveland didn't record a single reception and was targeted just once. This lack of production has raised serious questions about the Bears' decision-making, leaving fans and analysts wondering whether a first-round pick went to waste. Michael Williams, drafted by the San Francisco 49ers at number 11 overall, entered the NFL with high expectations as a disruptive force along the defensive line. Coming out of Georgia, Williams was widely praised for his combination of size, strength, and agility, which made him a projected cornerstone of the 49ers' defense for years to come. However, through the first 3 games of the 2025 season, Williams has yet to make a significant impact. With star defensive end Nick Bosa sidelined due to a season-ending ACL injury, the pressure on Williams to fill the gap has been immense. Unfortunately, he has recorded no sacks, no tackles for loss, and no takeaways, leaving the 49ers' pass rush less formidable than anticipated. The Green Bay Packers selected Matthew Golden at number 23 overall in the 2025 NFL Draft, hoping he would immediately step into the role of their number 1 wide receiver. The expectation was that Golden would provide quarterback Jordan Love with a reliable target capable of stretching the field and opening up the offense. Unfortunately, through the first few games of the season, Golden has been largely a non-factor. He has struggled to create separation from defenders, lacks explosiveness after the catch, and hasn't shown the ability to consistently make contested catches. Denver's Jade Barron, selected at number 20 overall in the 2025 NFL Draft, has so far contributed very little to the Broncos' defense. Primarily used in a rotational role and on special teams, Barron has yet to make a noticeable impact in games, often blending into the background rather than influencing outcomes. This lack of production is particularly surprising given that Denver already boasted one of the league's stronger defenses, which makes the decision to draft Barron in the first round all the more puzzling. In a win-now scenario, teams typically prioritize immediate contributors who can help push for a playoff run. Yet Barron has failed to justify that pick. His limited snaps and minimal involvement in key defensive situations raise questions about whether the Broncos fully evaluated their roster needs before selecting him. Critics are now asking whether Barron could have been better utilized as a late-round developmental prospect, allowing Denver to address more pressing gaps on offense or along the defensive front. Michigan defensive tackle Kenneth Grant was selected by the Miami Dolphins in the first round. Despite the team already having solid pass-rushing depth, Grant was expected to help shore up a weak run defense and provide an immediate impact on the defensive line. So far, however, he has contributed very little, struggling to make plays against both the run and the pass. Combined with ongoing issues in the front office, inconsistent coaching, and a roster lacking cohesion, Grant's minimal production has done little to improve Miami's defense. The Dolphins urgently need him to step up or risk another disappointing season. Baltimore Ravens safety Malachi Starks, drafted at number 27 overall, appeared to be a seamless addition alongside stars Kyle Hamilton and Marlon Humphrey. Expectations were high for him to bolster an already elite secondary, but through the first 3 games, Starks has struggled mightily. He has allowed a staggering 110.4 passer rating when targeted, and mental errors and poor coverage have contributed to costly defensive lapses. What was supposed to be a lockdown unit has instead looked vulnerable, raising serious questions about Starks' readiness for the NFL. If he doesn't improve quickly, he risks becoming one of the most disappointing rookies in Baltimore this season. Tyler Booker, selected 12th overall by the Dallas Cowboys, has struggled to make an impact even before suffering an ankle injury that will sideline him for at least a month. Over his first 3 games, he earned a disappointing 44.8 pass-blocking grade, allowing 1 sack and committing a penalty. For a team in win-now mode, relying on a first-round pick to anchor the offensive line, Booker's underwhelming performance has been alarming. Dallas historically has had a dominant line, but Booker's struggles highlight both his adjustment issues and the current offensive line's vulnerabilities, raising concerns about the team's immediate protection and rushing effectiveness. Highly hyped running back Ashton Jeanty has struggled to live up to expectations early in his rookie season, accumulating just 144 rushing yards and a single touchdown through 3 games, with an underwhelming 3.1 yards per carry. For a Raiders team led by Pete Carroll and quarterback Geno Smith, Jeanty was expected to be a centerpiece of the offense and a reliable playmaker. Instead, his minimal production has left the team lacking a true offensive threat in the backfield, forcing other players to shoulder the load. If Jeanty doesn't improve quickly, his struggles could seriously hinder Las Vegas' chances of competing this season. The 2025 NFL season is still young, but these rookies have already left fans and teams